Buckle up, tornado enthusiasts and adrenaline junkies. Twisters is swirling its way into theaters this summer. And sure, it's a sequel, but it's way more than that. It's set to be a whirlwind of action, drama, and state-of-the-art tornado chases. I thought I'd take a look at what we know so far about this epic summer blockbuster. First, let's talk plot. At the center of the storm is Kate Cooper, played by the brilliant Daisy Edgar Jones. Kate has recently swapped her storm-chasing van for the relative safety of New York City's storm-patterned screens. But surprise, surprise, the thrill of the chase brings her back to her roots in the open plains, aka Tornado Central. Then we have Glenn Powell's Tyler Owens, a tornado-chasing rock star. He's a big shot thanks to his daredevil antics on social media, which is one of the many modern-day elements that sets this movie apart from its 1996 counterpart Twister. More on that in a minute. There's also Anthony Ramos as Javi, the glue holding this storm-chasing team together with humor and heart amidst all the debris and, hopefully, flying cows. As the storm season intensifies, the characters face tornadoes like they've never seen before. If you've watched the trailer, you probably noticed the clip where they see twin tornadoes. It's frankly a bit terrifying, but in an awesome way. And for anyone wondering if it's a continuation of the first film, Glenn Powell settled it for us. He said, quote, "We're not trying to recreate the story from the first one. It's a completely original story. There are no characters from the original movie back, so it's not really a continuation. It's just its own standalone story in the modern day." On the set of Twisters, the magic of movie making met the fury of Mother Nature. Directed by Lee Isaac Chung, known for his nuanced storytelling in Minari, this film takes a fresh spin on the disaster genre. He had a serious budget to work with, but then there were also seriously high expectations to nail it. Filming began in May 2023 around Oklahoma City, utilizing the vast landscapes and dramatic weather of the area to bring some major authenticity to the storm sequences. Locations included the expansive facilities of Prairie Surf Studios and a slew of other sites around Oklahoma. They wanted to really capture the essence and unpredictability of Tornado Alley. But according to Glenn Powell, he felt right at home.
That's my natural state, is in a cowboy hat in the middle.
You are a Texas boy, aren't you?
Production faced unexpected delays when filming was temporarily halted due to the SAG-AFTRA strike in July. But the cast and crew resumed work with renewed vigor once the strike finished, wrapping up production by December of 2023. The screenplay was crafted by Mark L. Smith, best known for writing the critical darling The Revenant. Technologically, Twisters is a tornado of advancements. The filmmakers utilized cutting-edge CGI to create tornadoes that are not only visually spectacular, but also frighteningly realistic. And for them, it wasn't simply about outdoing the original, and considering it's been almost 3 decades, that probably isn't too high a bar. But for the production and post-production team, it was about setting a new standard for how natural disasters are portrayed on screen. They collaborated closely with meteorologists and storm experts to ensure that every whirlwind and gust felt as authentic as possible. The special effects team, backed by advancements in digital imaging and real-time rendering, blended practical effects with digital enhancements, creating storm scenes that are seamless and stunningly authentic. And the film's soundscape is crafted to make audiences feel like they're right in the middle of the storm. From the howling winds to the eerie calm before a twister strikes, this level of detail extends to every aspect of the production. In other words, you're in for a treat visually and with your ears. And Daisy Edgar Jones was definitely psyched about the tech aspects of it. She said it, quote, "really feels like a new chapter in a really brilliant way. There's new technology. There's new ways to understand these crazy weather systems and tornadoes, so we're bringing it up to date with what the state of the world is now." Okay, so how does this movie tie in with the 1996 classic? Well, for starters, Twisters doesn't just replay the past, it reinvents it. While the original film focused on the thrill and novelty of storm chasing with the technology of its time, Twisters integrates modern scientific advancements and a more sophisticated understanding of meteorology. This not only makes the storm chasing more realistic, but also injects a fresh layer of intrigue to the plot. Also, the cast is a blend of established and rising stars, but the focus is definitely on the younger up-and-comers. Daisy Edgar Jones and Glenn Powell bring a vibrant energy that we didn't get with the original pairing of Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. They were awesome, don't get me wrong, but it was a different vibe. And at the same time, we're back in that same world as the 1996 film with the same general plot and concept, so it's definitely a blend of nostalgia and innovation. And one interesting link between the two is Tom Cruise. Huh? Yeah, despite not being in either, Tom helped in his own way. Glenn Powell was Cruise's co-star in the recent Top Gun sequel, and Tom apparently gave Glenn some sage advice on the pressures of making a huge movie.
Cruise told me this when we were making Top Gun Maverick. He said, pressure's a privilege. I really feel like we stuck the landing. I think it's pretty good.
Twister spins into theaters on July 19th, 2024, and the buzz is definitely picking up. This was helped a lot by a pretty epic trailer that premiered during the Super Bowl. So yeah, a few people saw that. For director Lee Isaac Chung, that was a pretty amazing feat. He told Entertainment Weekly, quote, "This is honestly surreal for me. I never would have imagined. When the first Twister was released, I remember just being blown away by the trailer. I remember feeling how realistic that tornado looked. I'd never seen anything like that. I still remember the trailer, and I know that with this one, we need to try to top it." And maybe by now the cast and crew have seen the final cut, but one cast member, Katie O'Brien, talked in an interview recently about getting to see snippets of the film. And she had nothing but great things to say.
That I just saw tiny tidbits during ADR, and it made me want to watch more.
Are you ready to be swept away? Okay, maybe that's one too many Mother Nature pun, but I can't help it. I'm psyched to see Twisters. With that killer cast, groundbreaking effects, and twin storms, it looks like it'll be a serious thrill ride. Have any thoughts about it? Pop them in the comments section below.